No game, no life. There's legends of this team of gamers who are absolutely amazing at their work, only known as blank. Turns out they're just two really smart shut-in siblings, Sora and Shiro. The two are then brought into another dimension by a childlike god, a world where everything is resolved by games. The two eventually win over a former princess and take her kingdom for her. But it turns out this world's inhabited by magical creatures and humans kind of suck. So now it's up to the siblings to win over the world and eventually challenge the god. Shenanigans ensue. It might sound like a bunch of other isekai anime that did come out in 2014, but one of the things that sets this series apart is, well, the games themselves. The god, Tat, has 10 commandments that everyone has to follow to play his games, the most important of which is no violence or robbery, every conflict has to be resolved in a game, both players have to challenge something of equal value, and no cheating, or at least obvious cheating. So our normal fight scenes are replaced with games like chess and rock, paper, scissors, and the obvious cheating part comes because the rest of the races of this world all have magical powers, but humans don't. So the games end up being kind of lopsided, which is where the siblings come in, because they are actually really smart. Shiro's into math and logic, and Sora's into strategy. Together, they can calculate basically the game entirely just as soon as they start. The show's less about the games themselves and more about the siblings figuring them out, and trying to outthink their competitor who's going to use their magic to cheat. Sometimes it's as basic as simple mathematics and guessing. Sometimes they have to convince their chess pieces to stop being scared and actually fight. And it's honestly really cool seeing them figure out their problem. Back on Earth, they couldn't really use their skills and they were just wasting away. But on this new world, they're thriving. They slowly take over an entire world using what they're good at. And I love the message that no one's useless. Anyone's able to do something they're good at to make something incredible. On the downside, the siblings cannot be too far apart from each other, or they start freaking out. The princess they win over is Steph. Sora beats her in rock, paper, scissors, and after some sus shenanigans, turns out Steph was the former princess of the human kingdom, granddaughter of the last king, and she lost a big poker tournament to see who would be the next king. So the twins win it for her. Steph kind of plays the role of both exposition for this world and also playing the role of the dumbass to make the siblings seem smarter. It's a role she really doesn't need to do because the siblings are already smart and obviously. And of course, being me, I have to mention that Tat the God is very similar to the Collector from the Owl House, creating a whole childish world. Which leads to me talking about what else makes the show special, the animation. It's done by Madhouse, who made basically every anime that the mainstream knows about. The show definitely has style, cool character designs, and absolutely beautiful environments. Definitely setting it apart from other generic fantasy with RPG element isekais. It's just so cool and unique, and the entire show has beautiful color. It kind of looks like if Trigger Anime animated Spider-Verse. The music of the show is really nice. The intro is done by the guy who did the Fate soundtrack, appropriately game reference, and the show is really funny. I guess the siblings are kind of weirdly close, and there's some weird anime bullshit over sexualization. But surely you must have known this was going to happen. Another thing you should have known was going to happen, who dubbed it? No surprise. But honestly, the dub is fine. The siblings have kind of perfect voices.
8 a.m., the middle of the night.
What day?
Does that even matter to a need?
It does!
Overall, No Game, No Life is an interesting take on the isekai. With fun enough characters, great animation, beautiful lighting, and actually really smart characters. We might never see season 2 because of allegations of tracing, but still, 7.5.